Hi there and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how I make some simple watercolor backgrounds using these supplies and some special editions from Grafix, the Monoprint plates and the inking palettes. So these Monoprint plates are really interesting. They're rigid and easy to use. I'll show you how you use it. And the inking palette is very convenient because you can just toss it out when you're done. So these are the monoprint plates, and they do have a film on top of them. So you just kind of peel off the top of it before you use it, and it is kind of a clear, rigid plastic. So I'm using my watercolor palette here. You can use any watercolors, and I'm going to use this watercolor paper. And I'm also going to use some of these stencils because it'll add a little texture and this cool stamp. So just use what you have if you're following along, and any watercolors will do. I just like to wet them first to kind of get them a little juicy with color. And then I'm taking a basic brush and just putting it down on the monoprint plate. Now, I'm not using acrylic paints because they dry too fast. So the watercolor, even if it does dry, I can reactivate it with a little spritz of water, as you'll see. So I'm not going into any kind of specific pattern. I'm just using all different colors that I like and that I know I will use. That is something that I always try to think about in my work, is that am I actually going to use this when I'm done with it, especially when I'm making collage papers or just kind of figuring out some fodder or focal pieces. I always try to remember, like, are these colors that I'll actually use in my work? Because I like to make a lot of my own collage papers. So I'm just kind of playing around with the different colors of paints and keeping in mind that this is stuff that hopefully I'll use in my future work. And I don't really use a lot of like reds or I did use a little purple, but I like more of the jewel tones, the pastels and colors like that. So I'm just trying to add a little texture to the paper. And I'm using the inking palette as a home base for the paint to mix. So this is Distress Oxide that I'm just spraying on the stencil just to kind of get a little pattern in there and kind of a little brighter than the other colors, which is good. And here is another stencil. Something I also try to keep in mind as I'm using watercolors, because I'm usually an acrylic paint person, but I do love watercolors because they are kind of not precise. That's why I love them. They kind of grow and change shape as they dry and as they mix with other colors. So part of me likes that and part of me doesn't love that because it's not going to be precisely how I put it down, but that's part of the magic of using them. So I try to just keep that in mind as I'm playing with them, that probably the shapes and the patterns are going to change. So what I do next is take the watercolor paper and spray it with water, because by now some of the paint on the actual monoprint plate has dried. So I want to reactivate the paint, and I just put the kind of wet paper down. Now this is where the rubber meets the road, because it's not going to come out exactly how I painted it on the plate because the paper is actually wet and it's going to kind of smush into the paint. But that's kind of the beauty of watercolor too. So I'm just checking it to see if it's picking up the colors, some of it, but I'm going to reactivate the plate with some spritzes of water. And I'm just using those as a little bit of a weight to kind of transfer the paint to the paper. So that's a good first run. You can kind of see some of the patterns and some of the colors. Maybe got a little muddy, but that's okay because we're going to keep working on it. So I just clean off the plate very easily. You just spritz it with water and you have a fresh new kind of palette to work with. So I am going to use a little acrylics on top because I wanted to use some of the stencils, create some interest in the actual paper. I'm just lightening up the aqua with a little titanium white. And what I'm going to do is put some paint on a stencil. I am using a brayer here, but you can easily use a paintbrush as well. And I just want to get that color onto the stencil, and the Monoprint plate kind of helps me not transfer the paint everywhere. And then just push it down and you get that actual pattern on the paper. You definitely want to use a lot of pressure. I don't think I used enough pressure, but I do like how subtle it is. So next I'm just going to use the other part of the stencil, the actual stencil imprint, and create some designs on the plate again so that I can create a second imprint on the paper. So I'm just kind of doing this in layers and seeing what works, what doesn't work. A lot of this, especially with watercolor, and for me, I'm not totally experienced in watercolor, it's just a lot of experimenting. So I'm just kind of playing with it, playing with the different colors, the different shapes, and I'm not getting too attached at how it looks now because I know it's going to change as I transfer it to the paper. The idea is that I'm just making these pretty watercolor backgrounds so I can use them in other projects. So again, just kind of making the paper wet. And that's why I like to use the watercolor paper because it can really handle a lot of the media. So there is the first run. I'm going to add a little more water and try again. There you go. So it's adding some nice dimension, different layers. And I'm going in again with the stencil and just kind of creating another. You can see here that I'm painting on it this time. The brayer is a great way to add pressure. So just kind of having fun with it and seeing what shows up. I think when I get too attached at an idea and how I want it to look, that's when I really don't enjoy the process. So I try to just let go and see what happens. I'm usually pleasantly surprised. So you can kind of see the marks there. So next I'm going to use these papers to kind of do two different projects I had in mind. One is a greeting card and another is just a mixed media card that I could give to someone either in a card or just, as a little pick-me-up. So I'm just cutting these into equal pieces so I can use them for various projects. The first thing I'm making is a card, and I'm just using this little piece of collage fodder, this little paper doll I made, to put on the front just as a little focal point. And I'm using some satin medium just to put it down on the paper. I do like to use a little weight on things when I'm gluing them down just to really make them adhere. As a little accent, I'm using that little crown that I made on the matte adhesive backed film for inkjet. That was another project I did for Grafix. But I love that paper and it just kind of really worked in this situation. So I'm adding the sentiments, happy birthday. I did write them on deli paper off camera because I like to experiment with the um, typography, and I didn't want to bore you with endless trial and errors. So there it is. So that's the basic card using the background. And now I'm just going to adhere it to the actual, I have watercolor cards, and I'm just going to use the satin medium again. Nothing fancy. You can also use a glue stick, whatever works for you. And I'm just going to put that down and let that dry for a while because it is thick paper. Both of them are watercolor paper. So I like to put a little weight on it so it really does adhere and stay and not curl up at the edges. So now I'm going to work on the card. And this is just a little piece of fodder that I really loved and I wanted to use in a project. And I felt like the neutral color really worked with this card, all the different bright colors. This kind of calmed it down in the middle. And again, just using the satin medium to put it down. And here is the sentiment for the card. I did Thinking of You, and I did adhere these to the actual card. Again, they were on deli paper, and I just wrote it out using a marker. I think I used a Micron pen, actually. But once I did it, I realized that you couldn't really see the sentiment very clearly. This was an experiment I kind of was not happy with. So I went back in and did it a little darker with black pen. And I think that this is a lot of what art is. You really have to kind of experiment and see what you like and what works and what doesn't work. And sometimes things are going to work out and sometimes they're not. I always look at it as an experiment rather than a failure of some sorts. But I clip the edges just to kind of give it a rounded look, a little more finished look. And then decided I didn't like it. So here are some little cards, same material of watercolor paper, and I just wrote the actual words on them to make them pop a little more, and I like them much better. So here is the finished product. You can see it up close, all the little details, as well as the card. And thank you so much for following along today. I hope you enjoyed this little project and got some ideas for your own art practice, and I hope to see you again soon.